So, first of all, can you just tell us a little bit about what The Crash is all about?
Yeah, The Crash is a two-part drama surrounding a crash where this group of friends is involved, and it sort of jumps from a year before the crash to a year after, and then to the actual crash itself. And it's about the group of friends and about the impact that the crash has on all their lives and their parents' lives.
And it's inspired by true events. I mean, did you learn anything about the real life happenings, or did you just work on the script?
Well, the director actually told us to not look up anything. She didn't want us to sort of read about any of the real events. So no, we just worked with the script, really.
And the group of friends, they're quite a close-knit group. I mean, what was the dynamic like on set? I mean, did you have a chance to all kind of get together and bond?
Yeah, we started rehearsals before we started filming, and they put us all together. All the girls were in one flat and all the boys were in another flat, right. But they were always at our flat. The boys were always at our flat because our flat was nicer. So we bonded really quickly because we spent all day in rehearsals, and then we'd go and hang out and have dinner and go to bed very late. And so we became actually really close friends really quickly, which was good because we were playing close friends.
Yeah. Was it quite a fun experience then, even though it is quite dark subject matter?
No, definitely. They're such a lovely cast. They were such a nice group of people. That's the most scary thing when you get a job, is if you're going to get on with the rest of the cast. And everyone was so lovely, and everyone got along really, really well. So it was a lot of fun, despite coming home from work and crying for a little bit. We all helped each other through it. So.
Right. And the first episode builds up to the crash, and when it does come, it is quite dark and quite shocking. So, I mean, what was it like filming those scenes?
Filming the crash scenes were really hard, and like they were technically hard because we were in a field and it was freezing cold, and it was the middle of the night when we were filming, and the mud was about that deep. So that in itself was really hard, and it kept raining. Yeah. Every 10 minutes was raining, and we had about 16 layers on each, and we were still cold. So that side was hard, but obviously the stuff that we were dealing with and what we were acting was really hard because it's really sad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Parts of the crash are very heavy, and you've also taken on quite a few heavy dramatic roles, shows like Good Cop and Wallander. I mean, is there a part of you that's just desperate now to do a comedy and just, give yourself a break?
No, I always like scripts that are a bit dark. For some reason, I find them a lot more interesting. Like even when I was little, my favourite film was Snow White because it was quite creepy. Right. I don't really know why. I'm not a creepy person, but I find stuff that is quite dark, it's more interesting because it's a side of life that you never really get to see in your own, so obviously it's more interesting to learn about and discover stuff that you wouldn't normally. Yeah.
And just finally, I mean, if you had to sort of kind of intrigue viewers and reel them in, I mean, why should they watch The Crash?
They should watch The Crash because it's an important piece of drama. It's about stuff that goes on in England and everywhere every day, and even if it hasn't affected you personally, it's done in a way where you can sort of imagine if it would happen to you, and it's just really makes you think, and it's got a good story behind it, and they did it for a good reason, and it's not just a bit of drama that doesn't really matter. To me, I think it really matters.